So for this week, we were supposed to answer 3 questions and use specific examples for the um, things that he put on our questions. For Marxism, that is basically between 2 different classes and caste systems. And so I think that that is pretty well displayed in Goodman Brown with the difference in the church and um, people worshiping God and people worshiping the devil and such like that. Um, Post-colonialism is also pretty good, well displayed in Goodman Brown as well. Um, it was, the time frame was set with like witches and Salem witch trials and such like that, and I feel like that piece was a good representation of both Marxism and post-colonialism. Excuse me. Um, Feminism is definitely the yellow wallpaper by far. Um, that is a perfect example of that criticism because feminism was pretty much women being made to look crazy and they're not, and that was well displayed in this piece of work as well, as the idea of her. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um, Basically, she was portrayed to be crazy, but she really wasn't. She was just going through depression, and that's perfectly normal. A lot of people go through it, and her husband made her think that she just needed to rest and such. Um, for the piece that we were supposed to read this week, which is on page 591, I believe, Cast of Antamelito, I think is what it was called. I'm probably pronouncing it horribly wrong. I'm awful at pronunciation. Um, anyway, we were supposed to do New Historism, and it was pretty much the time frame everything was based around. And the time frame this is, Professor Barr wanted us to focus on the cough and the burial. So in this time frame, people were buried with a bell around, a body part or in their grave. So if they were buried alive, they could have something to ring in their grave to show that, hey, I'm not dead. And that's terrifying. I can't believe that. Like, that would be absolutely terrifying. And then he wanted us to focus on the cough. And I'm not entirely sure. I guess it would be, everybody in that time frame. A lot of people thought a cough was something very serious, and it could be almost like a foreshadowing to like, oh my gosh, you could be really sick, you could die. And I guess the cough and the bell could relate to that. Um, yeah, I don't really understand the cough. I understand the bell and the idea that, you couldn't really tell if somebody was dead. With, today's technology, you can tell, and you can tell a heartbeat and stuff, and you can tell, but you couldn't back then. So I understand the bell of the idea of like you think somebody's dead, but you're not for sure. So then if they ring the bell, they have a way of surviving. I'm not. I understand like a cough could mean sickness, and I guess sicknesses were a lot easier to catch back then, and they could be a lot deadlier. Um, so yeah, that's my week 3 webcam video.